Hi, this is Shawn Sandridge. Thank you so much for clicking onto my channel, Jumpstart January. I also have a little bonus video that I'm going to sneak in. I don't know when, maybe this video. So I'm tired and it's late in the evening and I'm finally finishing my lunch, which is nothing exciting. See? And I had some rotisserie chicken and Greek dressing. So, Anastasia Lucas inspired this video, another video request, and it is about love and money. They can be harmonious or toxic. So let's talk about it. So when we talk about love and money, it can be a sticky thing. It can be something simple as how do you handle money as a couple, to do you do a prenup? There's no right or wrong answer per se. I would say number one is what works for you as a couple. As I mentioned before, when my husband and I first got together, we did not have joint accounts. I don't know why we didn't have joint accounts. Maybe I was still holding on to some residual amount of independence. Maybe somewhere along the line I thought if we had joint accounts, like this made things really real. I don't know. It wasn't a topic that we had a major discussion on, but it wasn't a topic of contention either. So, you know, I had my account, he had his account, and we just sat down, did the bills together, and I wrote him a check. And that's really what we did. The number one thing is that you need to have a discussion about money when you're dating. And I think it also depends on your stage of life. When my husband and I got together, we really didn't have any money. So combining our finances or having a topic about money was not difficult to have. I understood his spending habits and he understood mine. And we had one agreement, major agreement, that we weren't going to make major purchases without each other's okay. So nobody was going to roll up with a new car, or, you know, oh, by the way, I purchased this, or oh, by the way, I took a loan out. And so we established that early on in our relationship. You know, I think if I was, you know, single and at my age now, I would definitely protect myself by having a prenup. That would be important to me. And it has nothing to do with being rich. It's you have assets. I have children, my heirs, and if I was to remarry, he probably has his children and his heirs. And I think it would be foolish to not have a prenup to protect the people in your life. So, you know, as far as money, you really have to know each other's behaviors about money, ideas about money. You need to be able to grow together regarding money. And what you don't know, you got to be able to learn about it and seek counsel. Because let's face it, when you have money issues, everything else in your relationship is magnified. It just is. And relationships crumble because of financial situations. So, you know, unless someone is completely financially irresponsible, I think it's important that each person kind of, what would be the right thing to say, would kind of have a little grace with each other, because you're gonna make mistakes, you know. Okay, so I am home because I could not finish the video. I got way too busy at work. So, yeah, I just think that you really have to be honest with yourself and with your mate about money matters. I think in this day and age, especially with the economy and the way jobs are, I think it's really prudent for both parties to really be honest about money and be honest about your goals. Hopefully, you guys can agree on what's important and what matters. And also, I think it also is important that you don't sweat what other people think. And that can be very, very difficult as a couple when you are banded together. And I'll give an example. My husband and I, really we don't have any credit cards, and a lot of times, we are very good at budgeting and putting money aside. And early on in our marriage, um, early on in our marriage, I wanted a stove. The stove that we had went out, and so we knew that it was going to take us like, I don't know, like 2 months, I think, to save up the cash. We didn't want to there wasn't any program for like, 0% down or anything like that. And we didn't have any credit cards to put, to purchase it. So we were like, well, what are we going to do? So I had my grill. We had a grill that had one of those stove tops, and then we had a wok, and of course we had a microwave. So I was like, well, we got what we need, and we had eaten a lot of salads. I learned I could make stir fry in the wok. I've cooked spaghetti. I've made spaghetti in the wok. We grilled, and we had the little eyelet stove top that was on the grill, and I was cooking eggs on that thing and all that. So when came time for family to that wanted to come over, I remember my mother-in-law made a comment about not having a stove, and I was like, have you checked your son out? He's not missing a meal. I mean, if I'm okay and I'm the wife, I am the caretaker of the house. If I'm okay with not having a stove right now, you should be okay with us not having a stove. And if you don't like it, I really don't care. And that was the way we dealt with it. I have never really cared about how people thought about the way we approach money, because it works for us. And I'm not out to impress anybody. So 2 months later, I got the stove I wanted. We paid cash, and that was that. So I think you really have to be really sure about what you want, and don't deviate from that. So that's all I have. Let me know in the comments about money. Have your relationships been affected by money? Have you had a divorce because of money? I mean, listen, I think when someone is very reckless with money, that is a problem. But, both of you are going through hardships with money. You gotta be, honest, not be afraid of, figuring out what you need to do to get yourself out of that situation. Things happen. People lose jobs. People get sick. Someone dies. You can have an unforeseen circumstance that makes money an issue. But I think as long as you're not reckless and you can come up with a plan, I think it can be worked out. And be honest. Be honest. Be honest. Be honest with yourself and with your mate. So I hope that helped. Jumpstart January. Take care of yourself and each other, and I will talk to you tomorrow. We are over halfway done. This one flew by. This one is flying by real nice. So that's all I have for now. Take care. Bye.